Hello everyone, it's Amanda Pike from the Maternity Voice Partnership in Lincolnshire, and today we've got a really exciting live Q&A where we're going to have Lindsay and Leslie from the Early Years Alliance join me in a moment, and they're going to talk to you all about what the children's centres and the Early Years Alliance have for you in relation to the groups that they're running virtually. And then they're also going to talk a little bit about the Early Days programme that they've got. And they're really excited to be on, I can tell. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about it because I've got a 2-year-old myself. So that would be fantastic to hear lots about what those guys are doing. Before I go on and add them in, I just need to tell you that tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the Better Births Lincolnshire Facebook page, where you are right now, we're going to have Claire Brumby, who is the Maternity Transformation Manager for the Better Births programme. And she is going to be talking all about the new Mum and Baby app that we've got being introduced to Lincolnshire. So if you could join us then to hear all about it, please do. So that's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm just going to add in Leslie and Lindsay now. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hello. Morning.
Morning. It's great to have you both with us today. So I will hand it over to you guys to introduce yourselves and tell us all about what you guys are up to at the moment.
Hello. Morning. I'm Lindsay Horswood. I'm an early years team leader for Lincoln and West Lindsay, and my colleague here is Leslie.
Hi, yeah, I'm Leslie. I am the Early Years Team Leader for the Early Years Alliance Best Start Service, and I'm based in the East Lindsey area of Lincolnshire.
Fantastic. Okay, so what is it you guys are doing at the moment that you want to tell us all about?
Right, well, I'm just going to do a little bit of a talk about our Early Days programme that we've got in place at the moment. We identified that we had a few concerns for new mums with their new little babies that was born during COVID-19. So we looked at what we could do to support them through these difficult times. You know, we identified their social isolation problems, we had concerns about their well-being, their mental health, their anxieties, they'd got, lack of family and peer support. Sometimes they was having to stay in hospital or on their own because their partners couldn't be with them. They weren't getting the opportunity to meet the other new mums with their new babies, so they could show off their new babies to everybody. And they weren't able to go into the children's centres to access some of the lovely sessions that we would normally be delivering. So what we thought we would do, we worked in partnership with Lincolnshire County Council and their health visitors, and we put together a 6-week programme. And this is specifically for mums with their new little babies that was born during COVID-19. So we developed a programme because we was thinking about, what support we could offer through the programme, opportunities for them to share their worries and concerns, provide ideas about supporting bonding and attachment, play ideas, opportunities where they could actually ask some questions of the health visitor to support them. And we just wanted to provide an opportunity where these new mums could actually meet other new mums with their new little babies. So we developed the 6-week programme, and during that programme we have lots of opportunities to talk about the baby's brain development, benefits of smiling, early communication, the outdoors, taking those babies outdoors, acknowledging that the parents are the baby's first educators. And then to finish off with, we have an opportunity where we can encourage and introduce our other Zoom sessions that they could then go on to attend. So in the sessions, we also think about tummy time. We talk about sensory activities, games that they can play with their babies. We introduce them to treasure baskets, how we can share books, different songs that they could sing with their babies, their social conversations that they can also have with their babies in a relaxed, fun environment where they will feel nice, relaxed, and can join in as much as they really want to these sessions. we've had so much success so far with these sessions, and we've received such lovely feedback from some of the families that I just thought I would share a couple of feedbacks that we've had from families who have attended the 6-week programme. We've been so grateful for all the sessions run by the Children's Centre, and it has been a massive support for us during lockdown. I'm feeling very blind bringing up our first child. So it's been great to see other babies and mums and sharing what to do with our babies at home. I also find the question time with the health visitor very useful, and it provides opportunity to ask questions or express concerns. We're delivering these programmes of 6 weeks right across the quadrant, so you can actually go and attend a session with familiar early years educators in your particular area. So it's a great fun. Please come along, come and join us, attend the sessions and meet some new and other new mums with their little babies as well. Now I'm going to go over to Leslie. Leslie's going to share and explain some of the other sessions that we do deliver as well, that once you've attended the early days session, then you have this time posted to attend these other sessions. Thank you, Leslie.
Fabulous, thank you. So so that's the early days programme. We're very excited about that. We have got a range of all the different groups as well, so I'm going to run through a little bit about those groups with you. They're all delivered by our early years educators, our lovely early years educators, which many families will be already familiar with. So but obviously, you know, brand new for some families, you know, and I know that can be a bit daunting initially, but we'll talk you through that as we go along. So we've got some sessions that are aimed specifically at our little babies. So we've got things like Stay and Play for Under Ones, Baby Rhyme Time, and Learning Together Babies. So very much aimed at our newborns right up to about the time when they're walking. We don't like to put an exact age on it because they're all different, aren't they, and all develop at different rates. So we also have a Learning Together toddlers group. So this runs for 6 weeks. It's a 6-week programme and runs very similarly to Learning Together babies, but this is for slightly older ones. So for children about the time that they start walking upwards, really. So then we also have a lot of groups aimed at our 0 to 5-year-olds. So they've been adapted by the educators to meet the needs of the babies and the up to 5s. I will say we're happy for older children. We know that sometimes the older children, the up to 8s, you know, are in the home at the moment. Even if they've gone back to school, you know, this whole COVID situation, you know, sometimes they're at home. We're happy for them to join in as well with their younger siblings. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes they like to know what's going on, don't they? What their little ones do, what their little siblings do. When they're at school. So, so some of these 0 to 5 groups then, we've got Learning Through Play, Rhyme Time and Growing Talk. Those 2 sessions, Rhyme Time and Growing Talk, are particularly aimed at supporting children's developing speaking skills. It might be babbling in our babies. It might be those that growing vocabulary as they start to get a bit older. But those groups have lots of songs and rhymes and activities around supporting early communication. We've got Let's Get Active and Movers and Shakers. Movers and Shakers, Let's Get Active, they do exactly what it says on the tin. It's about children moving about, using all those lovely physical skills. So if you want to march around to the Grand Old Duke of York or join in with the heads, shoulders, knees and toes, that's the session. That's the session for you guys. And we've got a lot of children with a lot of energy and not maybe able to to use it up in the ways that they could pre-COVID. So lovely sessions there. Very recently, we're very excited to have introduced Big Cook Little Cook. As some of your families will already be familiar with, some of the families will be familiar with Big Cook Little Cook, but obviously we've had to adapt it for Zoom, so we've zoomed it. So it's Big Cook Little Cook, No Cook Cooking. A lovely opportunity for families, parents, children to work together to prepare a healthy snack, or it might be a simple meal at lunchtime. Again, it's on a 6-week programme, but we don't mind when families want to join that programme. As soon as we know who's attending, we'll get our early years educators. They will be in touch with the family and they'll send out the recipe and the shopping list. So the families will be all prepared, you'll be all ready to go. And it really is about mucking in and doing it together alongside your children. And we know that when we're mixing some of those food ingredients with our children, it can be chaos, but it's fun. Fun. It's great fun. It's a great fun session in the centre, but it's a great fun session on Zoom as well. So we'd love people to get involved.
And it doesn't take long to clean up. It's fine.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And you get them involved. You get the children involved in the cleaning up as well.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. So, and that's fun. So if you've got any budding Jamie Olivers out there, I was going to say Gordon Ramsay's, but I think we'll stick with Jamie Oliver out there, then please do come along. That's the session for you. When you go to Children's Centre timetables, and we'll talk about that a little bit better, I know, but you'll see a session called Keepsakes. That's a session where we'd like you to, rather than hook onto that one straight away, we just ask that you email us and we'll give you a bit more information about that session and just make sure it's the right session for you, really. It's a session that's aimed particularly at families who are needing just that little bit of extra support. So we, as I say, we'll make sure we have a chat with you about that if you're interested, and we'll get you signposted to the most appropriate groups. We have Zoom-in drop-ins. I had to make sure I said that right. Zoom-in drop-in sessions now as well, available across the county. So this is that kind of, it's just as it sounds, again, Zoom-in. So it's a Zoom session, drop-in. So it's not necessarily a weekly attended group, but if you've got, you're waking up, you're having one of those days, the children have been up since 6, and it's a long time since I had baby, so 6 might be a lie-in for some of you, but if you've been up and you think, oh, they're already climbing the walls, it's miserable weather, we haven't got any plans today, what are we going to do? Then join one of our lovely Zoom-in drop-in sessions, have a chat to our early years educators. There'll be an opportunity there for them to run through the sessions, to have a virtual play, to talk about any activities that you might be able to do at home, give you some ideas, and also an opportunity to meet some other families, really, which, is just really key right now, isn't it? Lindsay mentioned that isolation. We just need to connect, don't we? We just need that opportunity to connect. And if Zoom is the way forward at the moment, then that's great. All of our groups are advertised on the Children's Centre Facebook pages, so do have a look. There's just so much information on those Children's Centre Facebook pages, and there's one local to your area wherever you are in Lincolnshire. So the timetables are on there, all the details of how to join the sessions, to register or to book for them, it's all on there. It really is pretty straightforward, and I know sometimes the idea of Zoom and the internet and online, it's all a bit daunting for people. I think as much as possible has been done to kind of reduce all those worries and concerns and to make it as simple as possible. If I can manage the IT, trust me, anybody can manage the IT. I've learned heaps, but still learning. You don't need a laptop, you don't even need a tablet. A lot of our families access these sessions with their mobile phones. Obviously the bigger the screen the better, but that you can access them through your mobile phone. So it's not it's really quite simple, and somebody's always available. Contacting the Children's Centre, that you can get in touch with us, and we can talk you through that process. We can help you with that, so please don't worry about that. Be brave, have a go, it's great fun. Another thing I'll just mention very briefly is also on the Facebook pages, the Early Years Alliance are promoting their Parent Connect events. Now, these are aimed more at the parents to get that support with different topics and sharing ideas with each other. Again, really important. We've got some coming up in December, such as toilet training, process over product, which kind of goes back to Big Cook, Little Cook. It's actually the process, not whether you end up with a beautifully prepared meal at the end of it. There's another one called Outside Fun. So we mentioned the weather's getting colder and wetter, and we do want to promote the outdoors. Really, really important. But so some more information on how parents can make the most of those opportunities. And then I'll finally, my bit, before we go to questions, if there are any, skills development. As part of the Best Start service, we have the early years element. We also have the skills development officers in there as well. So the skills development is there to support parents' pathway to employment. That sounds a bit daunting, pathway to employment. It's never too early, though, to start thinking about that. You might have a baby in arms, but you might still want to be thinking about, well, what am I going to be doing in 2 or 3 years' time? Where do I want to go with this? How do I want to prepare that positive future for my family? So the skills development officers can help you along that pathway, really, however that looks and whatever that looks like. It might be something as simple as a confidence building course. Maybe you've been out of the workplace for a while bringing up children and thinking about how you can get back into that, really. So I feel like I've rambled on for ages.
You haven't. That's absolutely brilliant. So much valuable information. Thank you.
Amanda, sorry, could I just share as well? We do have a YouTube channel where we've got lots of different opportunities on there where people can just go on and sign up to YouTube and access through the Early Years Alliance YouTube channel. We've got lots of singing sessions. We've got cookery sessions as well. We've got sessions about crafts, different crafts that they could do with their children. And we've also got some sessions just for parents where it talks about how they can support their children's child development. So just wanted to share that with the audience as well. Thank you.
Oh, great. We've had a little comment in the chat box from Helen, and she says that she's attended quite a few of the Parent Connect sessions and found them really useful. So that's wonderful feedback. Thanks, Helen.
Lovely.
Right, if anybody is watching and they've got any questions for the Early Years Alliance team, Lindsay and Leslie, that we've got here, please do pop them in the chat box. I've had quite a few sent in, so we'll go over some of them. I'll just take the opportunity just to talk to you a little bit about something that we've had a question in about quite a few times, actually. One of the main questions has been, when are children's centres going to be open again? Now, I made a few phone calls this morning just to double check a few things, because the guys that we have on today are the Early Years Alliance. So children's centres are, where these guys are based, but the people that commission them are the local authority, and it's the local authorities that decide when the children's centres are opening. And there's so many rules and regulations for local authorities, as I'm sure most of you can understand. I want to tell you a little bit about some bits of it. So 29 children's centres are open at the moment. They've managed to do that, but they are being prioritised for health services, so health visiting and midwifery appointments. I can tell you, however, that they've got a plan in place, and as soon as they're able to give you information, they're going to update you on news coming. So fingers crossed they're able to share that as soon as they're able. But I know that they've been beavering away in the background, and I go to lots of meetings and I hear it mentioned a lot, and so I know they want to be open, so they will be as soon as they possibly can. So just wanted to share that with you all. Okay, the other question I had that I will answer on behalf of these ladies, because I have done a bit of research and found out. A couple of questions we had was relating around toys and whether or not the children's centres could lend out their toys. Unfortunately, they can't, because there's lots of I'm sure you can imagine with toys, there's going to be problems around the cleaning of them related to the current situation that we all find ourselves in. However, the children's centres do have home learning packs and book start books that you are able to borrow. So the books you can borrow, but the learning home packs you can keep. So all you have to do is contact your local children's centre and they can get them to you. If you're not registered with your local children's centre, you just need to go and register on the local authority site, and then you'll get all sorts of information, and you'll also get their lockdown newsletter that comes out every couple of weeks. There might be more information on there that will interest some of you. Okay, so let's go on to some of the questions. Let me just check the chat box while I've been chatting. Oh, Helen's gone on to say, we also did the early years session and they were great, although could have been longer sessions. The early years team have been extremely supportive and giving extra support outside of the session. That's great to hear. Lisa writes, we found rhyme time is the best, just not enough time, super busy, can't really talk to others as it's so busy. Well, that's the problem, isn't it, at the minute? But hopefully we'll all get out of this as soon as we're able. Helen's put, is there any additional help for families who don't have broadband or are on limited data? Is that a question you guys are able to answer?
Yeah. Well, we can just respond to a few. I think, was it Helen that mentioned about the sessions being a bit longer? We have extended the length of the Learning Together babies and toddlers, so they're now 45 minutes. And Big Cook Little Cook is a 45-minute session. The others currently are half an hour, but you know, I think we're finding that the children, that's about the length of time at the moment, the children seem to be engaging with the sessions. Yes, and limited data. Yeah, we do offer support for families who aren't able to get onto the Zoom sessions and don't have the broadband or the data available for that. Again, it might be that you could contact your local children's centre. And they can put us in touch with you. So we do send out home learning ideas and activities, things to support children's learning and development in the home. We also have our lovely Family Corner website that we would like families to go and have a look at. So www.familycorner.co.uk.
I'll pop it in the link.
Oh, fabulous!
In the description.
Yeah, so lots of lovely tips, activities, lots of advice on there. So there's an awful lot of support out there. And through your children's centre as well, there's lots of ideas go, not just the timetables and things that go onto their Facebook pages, but ideas for activities. I had a look today and I know there's been some on about making an autumn crown or an autumn wreath, getting outside into the lovely outdoors and collecting some of those natural resources to make activities at home. So there is some support out there as well for if you can't do the Zoom sessions.
Okay, great, thanks for that. Okay, so I'll just revert to the ones that I've had sent in to me. So where was it? Right, how oh yes, Sarah wrote in and she said, how do I book onto the sessions?
Do you want to take that one, Lindsay? Are you okay with that?
Yes, yeah. So there's different ways we can book onto sessions. They are all advertised on the Lincolnshire County Council's Facebook pages with all the details of all the sessions that we deliver, and also the links are on there for how you can book onto the sessions, how you can register for the sessions. We also, if you get in contact with ourselves through your local early years educators, they can signpost you to different sessions and they can support you with booking on sessions, and we can also forward to you the links that you would need to book onto those sessions.
Thank you. Okay, so should I be taking anything to the groups?
Some of the groups that we have, if you've booked onto them and we've got your email address, we do send out in advance different things that we might be doing the following week in our sessions. So things that you've got in your home, you know, the children have, that they can bring along to the sessions and it can support them joining in. So props for the songs that we sing, or if we're going to make a craft, they might suggest that you have the equipment with you so that the children can have a go and do the crafts with you. Also, for the Big Cook Little Cooks, we will be sent in advance what the next week's recipe is going to be, so you can make sure you've got those ingredients with you to join in with them. Other than that, you know, for most of the sessions, you're more than welcome to come along, see what we're doing, watch what we're doing, and, you know, just join in with yourselves and your little ones.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay, so Beth's popped a question in the chat box and she says, are there any put my teeth in. Are there any resources for home tasks to encourage a 2-year-old speech, or the best online sessions for speech?
The sessions, sorry, that would be best for us. Leslie, would you like to take that over? Or...
I don't mind.
I'm swapping you all around. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. We're very new to this, I think. Obviously, the Rhyme Time, as I mentioned, and Growing Talk, those are the Zoom sessions that really support children's communication and language. But you'll probably find that in most of the sessions, there's an element of singing or story time, but those ones particularly, the especially Growing Talk. So those are the Zoom sessions. But we also have, and you can get details of this from our Family Corner website, we have something called Family Talking Tips. Is that what it's called now, Lindsay? I know it changed its name fairly recently. And what you do, you sign up to that, and then I believe it's every Friday you get something sent to, I think it's done through WhatsApp, Lindsay, you'll have to remind me, it's done through WhatsApp, isn't it? So you get a tip sent to you, and it might be... it might follow a story, it might be getting outside and exploring the outdoors and talking about what you're doing and what you're finding. But it's aimed particularly at supporting children's growing talk. So absolutely. So if you go access the Family Corner website, you'll find the information about that. Or again, talk to one of our early years educators. And if the Children's Centre will be able to put you in touch with us to that through with you and explain it in a bit more detail and how to go about that.
Great, thank you. Okay, what do I need to be able to access online groups? Phone?
In terms of the IT side of it, really, your phone and email, because that's how we get the booking confirmation forms to you. We send those out to you. So and that it's done through email, really. But your phone. I mean, most phones these days are well equipped to do probably more than my laptop can do, really. So I think if you press the right button, it'll even make you a cup of tea. I think that's the button I'm looking for anyway on the phone. But you mostly need your phone, really. And as Lindsay said, if you need any other resources or we feel it might benefit you to gather some bits from around your home ready for the session, then the early years educator will contact you and let you know beforehand. But you really don't need much. Your happy smiling face and your little one with you. That's it.
Yeah. And I'm sure they can access it from a computer as well. Well, I said phone, but I'm sure they can, can't they?
Yeah, laptop, tablet, yes. Some form of IT, yes. And the internet, of course, you need.
Yes. Okay. Can dads go on the virtual calls?
Yes.
Answer that, Lindsay.
Yes. Yeah. Any family member can join us. Grandparents, dads, mums. Obviously, they're little ones as well, but yes, more than welcome.
Great. Okay. Is it okay to attend just part of a group, as I can't make full sessions?
Absolutely. Yeah, the sessions are usually sort of structured for that half an hour, but if you wanted to pop on at the beginning and then you had to leave for an appointment for any other reason, that is absolutely fine as well.
Okay, great. Just a couple more questions. If anybody has got any that are watching and want to pop them in the chat box before we end, please do now. We've only got so much time in the day to do these, unfortunately. So now's your time if you're going to do it. Okay. Does my toddler need to be able to talk? She's struggling, so joining in may be tricky for her on all virtuals.
No, they don't. The important part of the attending the sessions is that the children are there, they are listening, they can hear it, they don't have to sit in front of the screen watching what's going on, they can hear it. The important part is the parents are joining in, engaging with their child, talking to those child, singing along with those children, playing with those children, to get, the parent really is the most important part in a way, because they are so important to be able to do these sessions with their children, because we cannot expect a child just to sit here for half an hour watching a screen. They want to be on the go, they want to be moving around, so that's what we would expect, and we would hope that the parent would help engage them, sing the songs as well. But no, they don't need to speak at all on the session, the child. Some of those children are shy. We do get some children who love it. They are, face right into the centres and joining in and, but they don't need to. They can be away from the actual screen. It's absolutely fine.
Okay, great. I noticed that Lisa's written in the chat box, just more openness to let us know when likely to be open, please. I'm not sure if you caught the start of this live session, Lisa, but I was just mentioning that they have got a plan in place and they're hoping to bring some news soon. So that's as much as I'm able to tell you at the moment. I know that lots of planning needs to go into, you know, being able to open these spaces, because it's all about the staffing levels, the spaces available, and there's so many rules and regulations that they need to cover, and because they are local authority run, they have to do them properly. So I've been told there'll be news soon. How long that is, I don't know, but fingers crossed, because we want it to be as safe as possible for everybody that attends those areas. And obviously they've had to prioritise the health side of things for the health visitors and the midwifery appointments at the 29 centres that are open for those. So they'll be back to you as soon as they can, I'm sure of it. Okay, so I'll do one last question. As there may be difficulties for some to access the groups online, could some play prompts or ideas be posted to a page? And if so, what pages could they be on?
Well, as we've already said, there is lots of ideas and prompts already put on the Lincolnshire County Council Facebook pages, and we put some of those on there as well with some ideas. We've also got the Family Corner, which we've mentioned, where there's lots of ideas and prompts. And we do lots of home learning, so the educators themselves, they actually send out different ideas on a regular basis to any families who we've spoken to, who've got their email address, who would like the service. So we can send them lots of opportunities, lots of ideas, lots of singing sheets, craft ideas, opportunities to go and play outside, what you could do outside. So lots. They just need to either get in touch with us, look on the Family Corner, look on the LCC Facebook pages.
Brilliant, thank you. Well, I think loads of everything that you guys have spoken about today have had links from the Better Births team and some of the Children's Centre staff. Bless you all for helping, and they've popped all the links to everything that's been answered in the chat box, so that should stay with the video so you can catch those at any point. I'd just like to say a big thank you to you ladies for joining me today. It's been really interesting. I have a 2-year-old myself, and there's I'm so busy I don't often get to hear about what you guys are doing, so there's a couple that I'm really interested to take my little one to, so thank you so much. I just need to tell everybody that links to the ladies' relevant websites are in the description. And tomorrow, just a reminder, at 1 p.m, still on this Better Births Facebook page, is a chat with Claire Brumby all about the new Mother and Baby app. It's called Mum and Baby app, that's going to be arriving in Lincolnshire very soon. That's really exciting for everybody. So take care for now. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again, ladies. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.